Let's have a little fun, Jeremy, and I don't know how fun it will be, but the Hornets have had a 9-year playoff drought. That is the longest active playoff drought in the National Basketball Association. So let's go through their first rounds over the course of those 9 years. 2016, they draft and trade Malachi Richardson. I'm not sure, how much stock. We look at the players they could have had, but, 28 other teams could have had DeJounte Murray that year.
Yeah, it's hard to go back and nitpick what a team should have done, especially when it's an entirely different NBA, too. The NBA goes through eras, and I think that trying to make a pick depending on one era isn't great when you have to look at where the NBA is headed, not just where it is right now. So for 2016, as you said, can't go back and say they should have done something else. I'm okay with what happened there.
Hey, they did get Marco Bellinelli, and he was fun.
Shout out to Marco.
Yeah, shout out to Marco Bellinelli. 2017, this was the kind of power dynamic between Coach Steve Clifford and owner Michael Jordan at the time. They take Malik Monk, who's turned himself into a solid NBA player in other uniforms, but could have had Donovan Mitchell 2 picks later. Hornets fans still lamenting that one.
Yeah, the Donovan Mitchell one hurts, and I want to give a shout-out to a good friend of mine and the host of the Highway 49 podcast. That's Hunter Bailey. We actually had Donovan Mitchell Sr. on 1 month ago, and he told us that they thought he was going to be donning the teal and purple. Fun fact, Donovan Mitchell Sr. also played baseball at the University of Charlotte, so there's ties there to the Queen City. They thought it was happening. Unfortunately, it didn't, and we saw how Donovan Mitchell rookie season went. Dunk contest champion, first-round playoff series win against Russ, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony.
All right, beyond Mitchell, you could have solved some center issues for a while with some of the other guys on there. The next year, this one is the one that hurts the most right now, right? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in a Hornets hat on draft night, traded minutes later to the LA Clippers for Miles Bridges, and man, does that one sting right about now.
Yeah, it's tough because Miles has been the Iron Man for this team. When I go to those games, as you said, 19-win seasons, but who's out there consistently giving you 25 and 10 is Miles Bridges. But when you look at what Shai has done, his body of work, not just this year, but as a rookie, what he did on the Thunder with Chris Paul going under his wing, the guy has seen winning. He knows how to do it. He's done it in playoff scenarios. So that one stings, but the future is now.
All right, 2019, P.J. Washington, solid player, got a second contract. To me, it's like P.J. Washington, if he was on the Heat and Tyler Hero was on the Hornets, it's kind of a wash. So I don't think we need to dive too much into that one. 2020, I think you look at LaMelo Ball still as the correct pick in 2020. And Tyrese Halliburton, they were kind of even until this year when Halliburton made that magical run to Game 7 of the NBA Finals. 2021. Oh, boy. James Bouknight, not in the NBA. Kai Jones, barely in the NBA. James Bouknight and Kai Jones, off-the-court problems. This is the one Hornets fans point to as just the, probably the door closing on any sort of opportunity for that era of Hornets basketball.
I don't want to, dox myself here, but I was a junior at Florida State University. Watching the draft, and I was saying, James Bouknight, fall to us.
Yeah,
because I thought he was going to be Jamal Murray-esque, and you know what? We can't all be right.
But we don't have the access to the background information that NBA teams do, and there were certainly things about Bouknight coming out of UConn that should have been red flags for Mitch Kupchak and the Charlotte Hornets. 2022, they draft and trade Jalen Duren, Mark Williams. That's still kind of a battle that I'm not sure. I don't know if you can say that's definitive yet. 23, we think they did well with Brandon Miller. And in fact, Brandon Miller is taking a seat right now at the Hornets fan draft party at